Hello, everyone, and welcome back to, well, I guess I should say welcome to Tales of Xillia Remastered with Chaos Counseling. This is another one of The Tales series that got the remaster treatment. This is the third one that has come out in the last couple of years. The first being Symphonia. And then we got Grace's. I think technically Grace's was last year, but it might have been earlier this year. I don't remember the exact date it was released. And then we got this one, Tales of Xillia Remastered. And they're going to be remastering Tales of Berseria. Like, that was announced between the release of this game and me actually getting my hands on this one. However, given the fact that Abby and I played through the original Berseria in its entirety, I don't have any immediate plans to stream that one when it's out, albeit I'm going to 100% buy it once it comes out. And I'm really hoping that they remaster Xillia 2 and Abyss. Also, Bandai Namco, please remaster Tales of Destiny and Tales of Fantasia, because I have not played those ones and they're too expensive for me to track down copies of on the original consoles. Plus, I don't have the original consoles that they came out on. Anyway, this game was actually a entry point for a couple of my friends to the series. And if I'm being perfectly frank, if you guys want to get into the Tales series yourself, this is probably the one I'd recommend you start with, because while I still think Symphonia has better story and characters, it suffers from clunky, dated combat. And the remaster of Symphonia left a lot to be desired. Whereas this one has a much more modern, smooth feel, albeit, yes, this game is over 13, 14 years old at this point, if not more than that. So modern is probably still not correct. It still has more modern conveniences compared to Vesperia. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, and Vesperia got a remaster. Don't mind me. I kind of blanked that one out because, well, I definitely enjoyed that one more on the revisit. I still don't like it very much. Let me think. This game is pretty unique. Oh, hold on. Oh. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. Like, so the grade shop is a pretty normal thing in Tales games, but that's normally reserved for New Game Plus. Screw it. Yeah, it's just, again, since I've already played through this game plus one, not plus one, I've already played this game once before. Wow, why did I say plus one? I was looking at the plus one on the AC. I'm mostly just here for the words. I'm mostly just here to show you guys the story. I'm worried that I want to do double experience, not ×5 experience, because I feel that's going to make things a little too dull. I do just want to kind of show you guys the story. I think I am good with that. Let's see, message. Yep. Although, I suppose, for the fun of it, I could... I gotta redo this. I could take a ×5 experience and try to beat this game on hard mode. Which I think I'm actually going to do. Nah. No, I'm not. I can't do unknown. Yeah. Okay. Let's try this. So. Oh, interesting. Hi, Mila. So, Mila holds the distinction of being the very first female Tales protagonist. The only other female Tales protagonist is Velvet from Berseria.
The spirits are dying.
Fuck off, Snake. Hi, Ifrit.
The power of Spyrix is behind this. We should investigate.
I think this is probably my favorite design of Ifrit.
So how long has it been? 6 years? Time sure flies. Come. Fenmont awaits.
I do think I also... Sorry, so those are the 4 cardinal spirits right there. So Ifrit... Oh.
Spirit coexist. Dreams and wishes are fulfilled. Such is the life of all who live in Riza Maxia, where hope springs eternal. The spirits have the power to bring man's wishes to fruition. And in turn, those wishes preserve and protect the spirit's livelihood. Therefore, it could be said that Maxwell, the Lord of the Spirits, is in fact the guardian of all things. In this world, no known evil exists that could threaten this harmonious cycle. But if one did, perhaps it might lurk in the hearts of men.
So this is another game where, or let me not phrase that. So I've mentioned several times the summon spirits are pretty consistent in the games they do appear in. But this is the game that Maxwell, the Lord of Spirits, and he's always depicted as the Lord of the Spirits whenever he shows up, has the biggest role that I know of. Again, I haven't played any Tales games older than Symphonia due to just... They're hard to come by. Okay, here we go. So this was this game's one of its defining features. And it's one of the reasons why, yes, Mila is the first Tales series female protagonist, but she shares the protagonist role with Jude. So definitely a step in the right direction, but I consider Velvet to be the true full female protagonist of a Tales series because she doesn't have to share the spotlight with another character. That being said, we should never deny Mila's blah, 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 blah. We shouldn't deny Mila's status as a first protagonist. So, yeah, this was the defining feature of this game. You got to pick your protagonist. However, I recommend you play through the game as Jude first for a couple reasons. Because you play through basically the same adventure, but certain scenes are told from each character's perspective, and there are a number of scenes that are exclusive to each route. The thing with Mila is a lot of her scenes are what I would categorize more as world building, for lack of a better word. Don't get me wrong, they're very interesting. It's just if you play through Mila's route first, you will be left confused in a few moments. And this is mostly due to the fact that most of the stuff that happens in the material world happens to Jude. Because, like, so when I first played the game, me and Abby first played the game, we both played Jude first. But when Sunshine came over and played the game at our house, because they didn't have a PlayStation 3, which is what this was originally released on, they played as Mila first. But the problem with Mila is she's absent for a couple key boss fights against reoccurring antagonists. So when Sunshine got to the end of the game, they're like, wait, what happened to these couple characters? And when they Googled it, it's like, oh, Mila's not present for those final boss fights. She gets her own boss fights and she gets her own stuff, which is still really cool. But in order to properly understand the story as a more grounded narrative, I really recommend playing through the game as Jude first. Again, Mila still gets some great stuff. Let it never be said that isn't the case. But you are going to get the most out of the story if you play through the game as Jude first. Let's see. So yeah, you've probably had plenty of time to read this. Jude's a medical student. He left blah, blah, blah. A mysterious young woman accompanied by 4 unseen beings. She comes across as calm, collected, and wise beyond her years. Okay. Like I said, I'm on the fence if I want to play through this game twice on stream, mostly because, well, it is it's not as long as Symphonia or Vesperia. It is still a Tales game, and they aren't exactly the shortest games in the universe.
You okay? Those documents must be for the registrar's office.
Yeah, thanks for helping out. You sure you have time for this? Don't you have residency training with Professor House?
Don't worry about that. You're in a rush too, aren't you?
Shoot, you're right. Thanks again. You better get moving too.
Because, don't get me wrong,
Right.
I consider the Tales series to
I'm
be
gonna be late.
my favorite game series of all time, but they are long JRPGs that I really do have to be in the mood to play. And just playing it's similar with Dragon Age Inquisition. I can't just play Dragon Age Inquisition one game after the other because it is a long game, and it's like anyway, I think you get what I'm saying. Because I know that I streamed Biomutant 2 playthroughs back to back, but since that one's more of an action game that has so much that, doesn't take itself too seriously and was just a fuck ton of fun, I was able to do that no problem. But we will see how I feel once I get to the end of this playthrough. Because don't get me wrong, well, I think this is a perfect entry-level Tales game for any new player, and I do very much stand by that. I do also still acknowledge that there is still stuff in this game that I am not the biggest fan of. And I will bring them up as we get to them, but oh, well, that's nice. That means that, okay. Sweet. So, I wasn't 100% sure about this, because all I did was put the disc in just to make sure I got all the updates, so I could just jump right in today. But I hadn't actually started playing the game in any way, shape, or form. But I had assumed, given the fact that there was no DLC costumes available on the PlayStation Store that this game was going to include all of the DLC costumes that were originally available for it on the PlayStation 3, which, by the way, this unfortunately officially set a new low for the series that the series has never recovered from. One of the things I always loved about the Tales series as a kid is, I know this is a weird thing to specify, but Tales of Symphonia was the first game I had ever encountered, besides, say, being able to change Link's tunic color in Ocarina of Time, where there was a sense of personalization with the main characters. It really was the first game I ever played with the concept of a second costume for a playable character that wasn't just a palette swap. So unlocking the second costumes was always a big deal for me growing up anyway. Yeah, I do acknowledge it's not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, and there are plenty of other games out there now that have much, much better character customization, so on and so forth. But again, it's like I have to... Well, I like streaming these because they do help me judge the games a little more objectively. It is impossible for me to completely divorce myself from my personal experience with the Tales series because Tales of Symphonia was so important to me. Fist healer. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. Jude, as far as I know, is one of the very first, if not the first, Tales series protagonist that uses his fists instead of a sword or something. Again, I'm not familiar enough with every Tales game protagonist, but I do still think it is kind of what's still new about the arts. Okay. I don't think I can... I don't think I can change affect his second costumes just yet. And I think that's probably because they don't want me changing his costume in the prologue. But what I was getting at is this is actually the first time that most, if not all, because I don't remember getting any other second costumes in this game that wasn't part of like a pre-order pack, because since I pre-ordered this game, I got the pre-order pack where Jude got the second costume of Cress, I think his name is, the main character from the original Tales game, and Mila got a second costume for Stan, the main character, or Stan, the main character from Tales of Destiny. But those are the only second costumes besides, say, palette swaps that I remember getting in my original playthrough, and that's because, unfortunately, like I keep starting but not finishing, this was officially where most of the second costumes were DLC that you had to pay money for. And this is something that has remained the same in the series to this day.
Won't get me any extra credit with a professor.
Now,
let's see, what building was he in again?
I know that at least starting with Xillia 2 going forward, there were still plenty of second costumes that could be still obtained in-game, but there was still a dump truck load that were purely DLC. By the way, I don't remember if we did these fights or not when Abby and I streamed Berseria, but Jude and Mila are both, what's the word I'm looking for? They're the guest characters that appear in Tales of Berseria. Because it is very common that the Tales series will have like a hidden boss somewhere that's a character from a previous game. I went into this a bit more in Tales of Grace's F Remastered, albeit I think I only saw a few of them? I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't have I found getting those boss fights to be a hair more frustrating when I was streaming that game than I was expecting to. So I don't remember. I don't think I did all of them. I don't know what the secret stuff is in this game, but that's just because I admit I didn't
Look who decided to show
do
up.
as much of the side questing in this
yeah.
one.
Sorry I'm late.
Worry not, lad. Now, keep this between us, but I've been asked to help down at the lab. Top secret research, they say.
A request right from Orda Palace? Wow.
I need you to keep an eye on things until I get back. You can handle it, lad. Only patients with appointments will be coming in today.
Yeah. If it wasn't clear, Jude's a med student.
Oh, right. I need you to sign my class credit form.
Your graduation thesis is coming along, I presume?
More or less. I should have the first draft ready by Ignis.
That's cutting things close, don't you think? The end of a race is no time to start slowing down. After all, I'm planning to make you my top assistant after you graduate.
Thank you, Professor.
I'll be back in a few hours.
So much for an easy day.
This also was the first Tales game that was released after Grace's, at least stateside anyway. And it was officially, starting this point going forward, that the open world style that had been prevalent for most of the Tales games before it, at least all the ones that I had played that had been released stateside, I could be completely wrong about that. But at the very least, the formula that was established in Symphonia, Abyss, and Vesperia, and was also, like, I don't know if it was the formula used in the original Tales of Hearts, but it was used in the remake of Tales of Hearts, where, you know, you have an open world that you can, or an overworld you walk around, and then you know, walk up to the little teeny towns and you shriek down to enter them or whatever. Kind of like, you know, classic Final Fantasy, just with more 3D models instead of pixels, is officially abandoned. Now, this gameplay style wouldn't be perfected until Zestiria, and I will point out why I feel that is once we actually start going from town to town. But this was officially the new direction the series... This was the game that established the series' new direction. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. Like, I do miss the style of the older Tales games, and I do think that this style isn't the best here. Because, like, Tales of Graces started it to an extent, but it was still with a fixed camera. Plus, Graces was technically a game that had a much smaller scale.
Okay, you're good to go. It's funny though.
But yeah.
There's been a real epidemic of channeling failures today. Any idea what went wrong, Mr. Eldon? Your brain's mana lobe looks tip-top.
I'm not really sure. I mean, I was able to draw out mana like usual, but then it was like the spirits ran off.
Hey, Muffin. Okay, I'm glad someone can be here for this first episode.
Anyway, thanks, Doc.
How you doing?
At least I can get back to work. It's my wife's birthday, too. Now I don't have to worry about letting her down.
So, glad to hear that, Muffin. So, I mentioned in the Tales of Grace's F stream that I feel that...
No more patients for today, Dr. Jude.
Okay. I felt that the next...
Sure this is all above board, Nurse Prin? I mean, students aren't normally allowed to see patients by themselves.
Yeah, but we got to establish that
Don't
you're
ask
a
me.
savant
The professor's
somehow.
the one shirking his duties. He knows full well that urgent patients always show up. Serves you right for agreeing to stand in, if you ask me.
I mean, kind of.
I guess with the amount of mana at his disposal, treating 10 people isn't any more taxing than treating one.
He spent so much time developing his mana lobe that it skewed his perspective.
I mean, that's one way of looking at
Beg
it.
your pardon. Have either of you seen Professor House?
Come to think of it, he should have been back by now. Why? Did something happen?
We've just been told he's been chosen for the Hal Prize.
What? Wow. Research honors don't get any bigger than that.
They want to see him immediately, but he didn't tell anyone where he was going.
Don't worry. He told me. I'll go fetch him.
Sorry for always sticking you with the odd jobs, Jude.
Well, he is clearly the protagonist. By the way, I just want to say I love the character designs in
No
this
worries,
game.
I'm used to it.
I
I'll be
mean,
back soon.
I love the designs in almost every Tales game, but I still feel like I need to acknowledge it. Because, like, Jude's design here is just, it's simple, but it's good. Actually, I think about it. I think the only Tales game I don't love the designs is Symphonia 2, but that's because I try to pretend that that game doesn't exist. I mentioned in my Tales of not Tales of Zestiria, Tales of Grace's stream, that I felt that a number of the Tales games that came after Vesperia felt almost like apologies for doing a bad job with the ideas in Vesperia. Because I really do feel that Vesperia really dropped the ball in a lot of its story beats. But so I kind of felt like Tales of Graces was meant to be, okay, let's make a Tales game where Flynn was the protagonist, because I felt that Asbel was very similar to Flynn. And then this game felt like it was taking the ideas of... I don't want to spoil which ideas I'm talking about specifically just yet, even though I'm pretty sure I did in my Vesperia stream, from Tales of it. But it took an idea from Tales of Vesperia. Oh. Nice. But did it better. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Since I don't normally get... Since I didn't buy any of this DLC back in the day, I kind of want to take a minute to see what's available. Alright. I'm actually just going to give Jude his glasses since it works for him. I am a little disappointed that, unfortunately, I have to actually click on actually click on the thing to get it to display, but it's whatever. Alright, let's see. At a Christmas party with my cousin and his dad. Didn't know I'd be almost all Mongolian. I'm half, but I don't look it. I should, so I stand out. People stare. Not mean, just uncomfortable. Yeah, I feel that. I don't like going to parties for the most part. Okay, so Leon is a character from Tales of Destiny, I think. Okay, yeah, so this outfit was a pre-order bonus. So this was one of the few second costumes I actually did get way back in the day. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the normal outfit because that's what looks best on Jude. At least out of what I've got, in my humble opinion. Because, don't get me wrong, Leon and Cress's outfits both look really good on Jude. But A, the style of those two games don't really match the style of this game, so Jude ends up sticking out like a sore thumb. Also, the cape doesn't look that great for Jude's playstyle, since Jude is very much he's a monk extensively. He's a martial artist. So the cape kind of looks like it's constantly flapping and getting in the way.
And the Sea Haven is out of the way. My best bet is to cut across the central plaza and enter the research district. I should find the lab with Professor House there.
Okay, cool. That's how I get the... Wait, what? Hold on. About face, there's a treasure chest back there that I seemingly missed. I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to the minimap, I got really spoiled. So I've been playing Digimon Story Time Stranger a lot lately. Oh, that's why I didn't notice it. Like, I just barely beat the main story of Time Stranger and then did the post-game Coliseum battles plus the... I'm actually doing okay. I'm a little stressed out because work. I've been struggling with my weight lately, and that's stressing me out too, but besides that, I'm doing pretty good. So, okay, I forget. Am I actually allowed to go this way? Probably not. I just wanted to check. How about this way? Are you going to actually let me go? Oh. But that aside, I'm doing all right. I'm stressed out due to being unemployed and not having an income until school stuff starts. Till February, that stinks. And yeah, I'm definitely stressed about work, but I'm more stressed about the fact that because America is so fubbernucked, we're expected, to, work ridiculous hours every week, and wait, I've already been there. And it's still barely enough to pay bills, And even then... And I'm also super stressed because I'm constantly working with people who are too stupid to realize that the person they're all idolizing is actually the person fucking us over,
I'll never forget how...
But I digress. We're playing a game that I love. Let's focus on that. Let's positive feelings. Cutscene? No. Whee! Yeah, 100 gold would be helpful if I didn't have all of that. I'm probably not going to need to earn any money throughout this entire playthrough, since this remaster decided to let me start off with being able to spend grade rather than making me beat the game at least once first. And I got all that grade from the costume pack stuff, but still, like I said, I kind of want to just show you guys the game, and the story. Like, that's the focus. So I'm like, yeah, let's take those buffs just to make things easier on myself. Plus, like I said, I'm like, I actually think it might be fun to, because I have the game set to hard difficulty, which is something I normally actively try to avoid, but since it's giving me access to all of this extra stuff, why not? Okay. Right. It's funny, I said, oh, I don't like I don't think Jude looks good in a cape, but it's like, oh, I could buy a cape and put it on him in general. It'd just be invisible. But I have the money to burn, so I'm going to buy the boots, and I'm going to buy an extra pair of boots for when I get more party members. Okay, are you the... It's not what I meant to... Are you the synth? No, you're the... Yep, also morning, honey. Yeah, for whatever reason, this remaster let me start the game with 5,000 grade that I could spend. Oh yeah, this game also has a feature that the more you purchase from a shop, the more it, like, levels up or something. Also, it decided to give me access to every DLC pack that was released back on the PlayStation 3, which also includes a fuck ton of money. And I decided, you know what, screw it. I'm going to take advantage of everything and try to beat the game on hard mode.
Don't spend it all in one place.
I don't think I can.
I don't know. You're getting close.
Anyway, let's see. Muffin says America's crazy right now. Like, as a kid, I idolized America. No. That's what America wanted you to do. I legit want to move to America when I was a kid. Now, low-key, I don't want to move there ever. A lot of reasons. Smart. Some due to America current stuff, but some due to general gaining
Don't even
fears.
visit America right now.
Yeah, no, just... Honestly, I feel at this point, best case scenario for America is the government completely collapses and it kind of forces people to realize the bullshit that's been happening. So, no, just don't come anywhere near our dumpster fire of a country right now. Okay, alright, honey, you were right. I did blow through a huge chunk of stuff, so I feel pretty content that I've helped that shop upgrade quite a bit at this point. Well, I will not need to purchase healing items again for the rest of my life in this game. Fair. I guess okay, I guess we'll see. But I also got the ×5 experience.
Oh, that's right.
So
I still can't believe
it really does just depend. Still find it
You messed up your foothold
shocking
hard
in a country
again?
that's so big,
How many
so
years have you
popular,
been
that
working
made the
this
invention of so
job?
many things as a
I didn't
dumpster
mess
fire
it
right
up.
now.
It was
You
working
see,
fine,
that's
and
the
then it just
problem.
stopped.
Because we're so big, everyone is spread out.
Can't concentrate right.
It's very hard to get unity because everyone living in different places has their own opinions and own wants and own needs. And because we were all raised to be so spoiled, basically, we look at the world through a tiny lens despite how big we are. And we have this, especially due to really stupid Christian nationalism and whatnot, we've really developed this culture that it's like, oh, no one can understand, or no one gets it but me because I'm the only one who matters, you know? And unfortunately, thanks to the internet, these people are so able to find echo chambers for their bullshit opinions that it's very easy to reinforce this idea that their opinion is the only one that actually matters.
Sorry, the lab is closed to the public at this hour.
But I'm here to pick up Professor House. He's from the Talon Medical School.
House. He already left.
Is that the sign-in sheet? Huh?
Satisfied?
This game looks
Couldn't I just
cool so
dart
far.
in
No,
really
this
quick
game
just
is
to make
great.
sure?
Sorry. Rules are rules.
Right.
No, I like this game. Like, I know that I
Now what?
probably was a little harsher on this game when it
No
first
way
came
those guys
out,
will let me in.
but that's just because I had yet to find another Tales game since Symphonia that I truly loved. So I kind of went into this game looking to be angry, but now that I've spent enough time away from it and I've played more Tales games that I genuinely like, have come to terms with my dislike of Vesperia, you know, acknowledge
must be wrong
Vesperia is
with
much better than I
spirits.
gave it credit for, while still being able to acknowledge it is a game I still don't like very much. I am very excited to revisit this one, and I expect I'm going to walk away from this one not really having any issues with it, you know? Love at first sight. Of course no one heard or saw that. Okay, I said something earlier about me needing to go. I'll say it again, gotta go. Gotta be back into party. Hey, enjoy the party if possible.
Hi.
Or I'll shank you.
Please don't
Just
say
keep
her
quiet.
rumors.
I
And I
was
won't
saying
need to
Mila
hurt
to
you.
that from...
Oh.
Because she did the whole lips, finger to her
Wait,
lips
why are you
thing.
breaking into the lab? What are you...
That's strange. What part of keep quiet didn't you understand? So, ready to hold your tongue now? So much noise. Could you try coughing quietly? What are you doing here anyway?
Can I talk? I dropped something. I was just picking it up, see? What are you up to? The guards will be here any second.
That's why I need to hurry. And you need to go home. Before they arrest you for trespassing.
Yeah, but if I don't trespass, then there's no call to adventure. Also, he's kind of stuck here because the platforms are disappearing.
You expect Mila to, like, care?
No, she's too disconnected from reality for that.
Where'd she go?
I'd say more disconnected.
She must have gone ahead. There was something fishy about that sign-in sheet, too.
Fair.
Anyway, I need to find the professor and tell him about the award.
By the way, if it wasn't obvious, which it can be a little hard to pick up, especially if, you know, you don't read kanji or whatever it was supposed to be. The signature on the sign-out sheet did not match the signature on Jude's credit report form or whatever. So that's how he knows the professor is probably still in here.
Hey, kid, who let you in?
I sort of let myself in. Sorry for the intrusion.
I should be taking you to security, but you seem courteous enough. Come on, I'll take you to the exit.
Wait, I'm looking for Professor House. I think he's still here.
Oh, so you know the professor, do you? Yeah, he's still here.
Huh, I don't remember.
You really shouldn't be wandering around here, kid. I ought to get in touch with your parents.
My family doesn't live around here. They're all back in my hometown.
I see. Good to know.
What?
Relax. Come quietly and you won't get hurt.
Why are you doing this? Wait, Does this mean you're holding the professor too?
I said come quietly, kid.
Okay, so actually I would like a tutorial because it has been a bit since I've played this one, but I also I think Grace's was the first that got away from the left to right combat. And I mean, yes, the Tales games before this, you still ran around in a 3D space, but the axis was still left to right. It just would shift with your character. This, and I think Grace's were the first ones to really give you kind of a more 3D, like fully 3D environment to fight in. Also, unlike Grace's, Zestiria, and Berseria, this one still retains the TP for your arts rather than every attack you do is an art. You just chain them. And you have like a certain number of points you can use.
There's no choice.
You can use in a combo. Right, yeah, so this is the same. Yeah, so you're normally locked onto an enemy, but you now can free run, which I think you could. Yeah, well, I'm saying I think it was first introduced in Abyss. Because it's not in Symphonia, and I know that was something that a lot of people didn't like about Symphonia compared to the later games.
What? He's serious. Not good. Now. Now. I don't want to die.
Circle is.
There's more? I won't hold back. Demon Fist!
So yeah, like I've mentioned before, most of the Tales protagonists have Demon Fang as their starting art. And that was something that kind of made Yuri unique from other Tales protagonists at the time, is he had the art Azure Edge as his starter move instead of Demon Fang. And Flynn was the one who could learn Demon Fang, which was part of the reason why I think they did that on purpose in order to kind of be like, yes, in a normal Tales game, Flynn would have been the protagonist. But Vesperia was trying and did not always succeed at doing something different. I say didn't always succeed because I do want to acknowledge that it wasn't the abject failure at doing that like I thought it was for years, because it did do a good job half the time. Plus, I freely admit I think Azure Edge is actually a better move than Demon Fang, even if it doesn't have the same range that Demon Fang does. But anyway, back to, yes, Jude can use a demon move, but because he doesn't use a sword, it's Demon Fist instead. Which, it still functions the same way, it's just a little bit of flavor dialogue that he gets that the other Tales protagonists don't get. I really have nothing further to add than that. I just thought I'd acknowledge it.
God, you're moving like a fucking Roadrunner cartoon.
That's because they also gave me an item that increases Jude's running speed.
He's goofy.
I think that's goofy. Hi. Sure, why not? Just in case.
Gotta stay focused.
If it's a different tutorial, 'Cause again, I haven't played this game in a while.
All right.
I think this might be one of... Then again, I don't remember if it was in Graces or not. I think it was. But I think this was the first game to formally abandon the Sorcerer's Ring, which had been a staple of the franchise up to this point. And like I said, I think it was in Graces, but I don't remember what function it served if it was in Graces.
All right. Is fighting the only answer? Wow, this place goes on forever. Lots of spots to hide a professor.
Can I just also say I love the way the buildings are designed in this game. Like, again, we haven't gotten to the point where I do need to...
check each and every room.
Where I do feel this game falters a bit in the level design. We won't get there until we're able to actually explore out in the field. And even then, I would argue it's not that big of a deal, but we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, while there is no Sorcerer's Ring, it does appear that if I'm able to approach the enemies from behind, that is what gets me the early, the pre-fight advantage.
All right.
So I will say, despite me playing on hard mode, and yes, I know these are basically the tutorial fights, so this is probably not a good metric to gauge it off of, I am still doing pretty good. And again, I do want to say, while I think in terms of like the raw gameplay, like in terms of combat, I actually think Xillia is the one that I enjoy just fighting enemies the most in. Even though I don't like Xillia as a whole.
I did it.
This, for me, Xillia has, in my opinion, the best combat as a whole. Like I said, even though I don't enjoy the combat as much as Xillia, at least in terms of like just, if I'm going to just sit here and do combat over and over, I have the most fun with Xillia. This is the best system because I like the fact that it's in a more open space than Symphonia, or at the very least the game feels more open than Xillia, than Vesperia, Symphonia, and Abyss. But I like the fact that it retains the arts and TP system from Symphonia and Vesperia, unlike what Tales of Graces, Xillia, Berseria, and Arise all did. Because, like, I don't mind having a combo gauge or whatever, which is what you have in those 4 games I mentioned. I just will always prefer having a normal basic attack that you can then chain arts and, you know, more powerful moves on top of. It's just, that's, again, it's because I'm biased, because Symphonia. But I just feel, to me at the very least, that's the most satisfying gameplay loop that the series has, and that's just kind of how I want to experience these RPGs and the combat, etc. Oh, her.
Huh?
Actually, thinking about it, so mild spoilers, emphasis on mild. That character we just saw, she kind of fills a similar role in this game that Zagi did in Tales of Vesperia, but once again, is kind of, in my opinion, the theme of this game. It does it better than Vesperia. Like, I really mean it as a whole. I feel in a lot of ways Xillia is just, it has a lot of the things from Vesperia just done much better.
Where did that girl go? Ah! Professor?
Freaky!
So, you're the visitor I heard about. Enjoying the view?
I also think
What
she's
is
much
this place?
creepier than
What'd you do
Zagi.
to the professor? Who are you?
Your expression. It's priceless. I love the look of fear in your eyes.
Plus, her fixation on just seeing people suffer
What's going on?
is
Why are you doing this?
much better and easier to understand
Such an idiot.
than Zagi's just boner for chasing Yuri in Vesperia.
Bet you weren't planning to die today, boy.
But I don't want to die.
That line delivery was
There
terrible.
has to be a way.
Oh, quit trying to act calm.
It's that girl.
So you're the visitor I heard about. This guy's no fun. I'll kill you first.
Run!
Can we just talk about how the sword that she's carrying is just so impractical to hold?
I'll rip that pretty face of yours to pieces.
I prefer you didn't.
So yeah, Mila's actually the sword user for the game, which I do think is,
Who the hell are you?
which I do think is pretty cool, since
Now, and I may spare you from any bodily harm.
atypically you don't get the woman is not usually the main character. She there are very few female characters in the Tales series that I know of that you get to use swords. So that is a novel. That is something novel for Mila, especially since again, I love Berseria, I love Velvet, but Velvet doesn't use a sword. I mean, she uses a wrist gauntlet with a blade, which is arguably close enough, but she does technically not use a traditional sword. Again, that's not a knock against
Damn it! You have to be kidding me.
Berseria or Velvet or anything like that, but it is just something.
You are correct. The Lord of Fire.
I can't believe you were able to summon him.
I guess that's kind of a spoiler, you know, calling Mila the Lord of Spirits.
I won't let anyone down.
And again, I don't think it's exactly a secret either.
Whoa.
I love that her sword just disappears once she attaches it to her hip.
I told you to go home. Don't tell me you live here.
No, of course not. I'm sorry.
Is this the work of the Spyrex?
The what-ix?
Could it be connected to the disappearance of the lesser spirits?
Huh? You're losing me. Disappearing spirits?
You really need to go home. Someone might not swoop to your rescue next time you're in trouble.
So yeah, this is kind of what I mean by each character has a different perspective on each scene. Because
The Spyrex must be somewhere else.
if we were playing this as Mila, as the POV character, what was happening is she's talking to the four great spirits.
I'm kind of trapped here. If the professor were with me, they might have let me leave, but can I come with you?
I see. If you stick with the person who saved you, then you won't need any more saving. Clever boy.
She
Boy,
complimented me.
You don't look that much older than me. My name's Jude Mathis.
I'm Mila. Mila Maxwell.
Okay. I don't think I can level... So, this game has a... Or maybe I can. Because the leveling up system in this game is unique. And I do think it's reminiscent of one of the Final Fantasy games. I don't know Final Fantasy well enough. Well, let me phrase that. I think it's reminiscent of one of the later Final Fantasy games. But... Oh, who am I kidding? My knowledge of the Final Fantasy games in general is just kind of all over the place, really. Because I have played 1 through 5, but I've never beaten 2 and 4. I started 6, but I didn't get very far just because I had something else I wanted to play more. So... I didn't get very. I did not get very far in that, and then, nice. I've played through 12, at least the Zodiac Age version. I actually really like that one. Douse is the main villain from the very first Tales game, just in case anyone's curious. That looks so weird since her long flowing hair is... Like, just the shorter hairs in general look weird to me, because a big part of her character design is just that long flowing hair, you know? It's kind of like with, what's her name? Velvet. Because, I mean, I know a lot of people did kind of... Oh, that outfit looks really good on her. And that's also the main villain's outfit from the very first Tales game. You can tell that the people who made this game also made God Eater, because that just looks very similar. I mean, there wasn't any midriff on with the sexy Santa outfit from God Eater, but still, I feel you get what I'm saying.
Suddenly we have more gold than we...
Shoot, I don't remember what I was saying as a whole.
What's going on?
Our Lilium orbs are shining.
Oh, yeah.
I've been wondering what this thing is since I set off. My handmaid told me I had to carry it with me.
Well, it comes in handy if you face monsters. It gives you the power to fight them. I got one myself when I left home, just in case.
Yes. Okay, yes. Yeah, I love this level up system. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is a system that is reminiscent of one of the Final Fantasy games. I just couldn't tell you which one exactly, because I feel that it's kind of similar to Final Fantasy 12 system, but the Final Fantasy 12 system was still very different. Cool. Yeah, I did want
that's
that.
how it works. This is actually my first time developing it too.
I see. So it's a tool that taps into inherent abilities. I imagine that powerless humans never leave home without them.
You talk as if you're not human yourself.
But yeah, I love the Lilium Ore system. Hold on. And yeah, I do think the Lilium Orb is my favorite system for leveling up and getting new arts, etc., 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 out of any of the Tales games. Right. So, one thing you do have to bear in mind, because I chose to start here, I'm locked into here. So any new development I wish to do for my Lilium Orb going forward has to be done from this. It has to be connected to one of these points, I think. Okay, yeah. Even though that's the current node or whatever, I don't actually have to... Okay. And I think I don't think I can swap between them, but each character can get several Lilium Orbs throughout the game to develop. So that is something to bear in mind. So, yeah. These represent arts. I'm pretty sure... Okay, I thought those were mystic arts, but they're just more powerful arts. Yeah, we're gonna start Mila in the same spot, just because I want to get more arts for everybody. Because Tales of Xillia 2, yeah, it does away, like, it still has an orb system, but it's not the Lilium orbs, and the new system, well, not bad, just isn't as good. Or at least it's not as engaging. That's it for Mila. Let's keep developing Jude. You know, I might even just end up doing the same thing. Just because I want to get access to as many of the arts as quickly as possible. Just because, A, it kind of will help me settle on the combat style I want. Now, I don't 100% remember if... everyone's Lilium Web is got like arts in all the same place like these two do. I think that could just be due to the fact that because these two are the dual agonists of this game, their setup is just similar, you know? Because we'll see what happens when we get a third companion, which should be after this first area. Okay, if I remember correctly... Or maybe this is the one I like. I'm still going to put that there. We'll see. We'll experiment. Wait, what? Why can't... Oh, here we go. That was weird. Oh, I forgot that I've got like 8 shortcuts. That's good. But yeah, we'll experiment a bit with Jude's different...
My hands are still shaking.
And for good reason. You were almost killed.
I'm a civilian. Why would she attack me like that?
I don't think she's part of Rashigol's army.
If she's not a soldier, then what is she doing at a military facility?
An ironic question for you or I to ask, don't you think?
I see your point. Did you kill her?
I'm not sure. I tried to go easy on her, but humans are so fragile. I keep having to tell the Four not to overdo it.
I'm not really following you.
So yeah, this isn't really a spoiler because she...
Maxwell. It must be pretty weird having the same name as the Lord of Spirits.
Not at all. We are one and the same.
Yeah, it said right
I'm
here.
Sorry?
I am Maxwell, Lord of Spirits.
What? Come on, you're totally human. You look just like a normal woman.
I would hope so. That is the form I created for myself.
The form you created?
Yeah, okay. I am glad that they don't beat around the bush too much, you know? Because one thing I was, like, I didn't remember for sure, and I was worried was gonna happen is that they're just gonna be like, oh, Mila keeps talking about how, oh, all these cute humans or whatever, and... Wait, what? Huh. Yeah, I do think this is one that I do like that one. Although that one could also be... There we go. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to want that one. Right, that's what Steel is. Okay.
The power of Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm going to do that just since I'm more likely to have my finger up on the control stick during combat than down. Oh, hi, Dispenser. And no, I have not already played this game. You might be thinking of Tales of Vesperia that I've already played through, but no, that's a different game. Same series, though. But yeah, I'm more likely to have my finger up on the control stick in the middle of combat than down. And for the most part, I do want my... I want the attack that goes off a little more quick fire. Yeah, but this is also a remaster of an older game. No? Is that not what... Where's the key? Oh, wait, I think there was another door up top that had a key card. I think it was this one? It's been a while since I've played this. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, that's good. Wait. No. Hold on. Wait, this is the room I was just in. Wasn't it? I think so. But yeah, Tales of... This game came out several years after Tales of Vesperia. Or is this the room I was already in? Okay. I think this was the room I was already in. I mean, they've got the same interior design, so you'll have to pardon me for not being able to tell the difference off the back of my head. Back of my head, top of my head, whatever. Let's see. Can I get in here now? But yeah, this game came out... Because I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly... Okay, yeah, now I'm in a new area. Vesperia came out like pretty early into the Xbox 360's lifespan, which, if I remember correctly, the 360 came out in 2005, I think, because I'm pretty sure it came out almost a year ahead of the Wii and PlayStation 3. And I'm pretty sure I remember the Wii coming out in 2006.
So this is experience.
Did I say 2003 for the Xbox? I meant 2005. Or maybe I just said play. Anyway. And this game came out several years later on the and it was an exclusive for the PlayStation 3. But it wasn't the first Tales game that was released after Vesperia, because Tales of Graces are, which is another Tales game I've also done for the channel, came out, wrong direction, also came out for the PlayStation 3 before this, ahead of this one.
I won't let anyone down.
Let's see, what do I want next? Let's just grab that, because we're like one away from filling that in anyway. Okay. I know with Mila, let's also grab this, but we are going to want to kind of make our way over this way. Especially we're going to want to grab more TP for Mila, because since she uses magic and physical attacks, we're going to want to build her off this way more so than we're going to need to with Jude. Hold on. Let's take advantage of the ridiculous amounts of money that we got to start out with.
Far too easy.
Oh? Wait, what do you mean? Oh. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense she'd have access to more. Oh, those are already on. I guess minor spoiler for anyone who's concerned about playing this game and seeing just how overpowered Mila is. Mila does get Metroided pretty early on. And if you're not sure what I mean by that, I mean that she does lose a lot of her buffs for story reasons. I know that that's a divisive story beat, being like, it's kind of annoying to start a character off super strong just to take away all their abilities. And it's like, no, now you gotta get them up. Like, to quote The Decline of Video Games, if you guys were old enough to watch that back in the day, someone's like, I don't like playing the Metroid games because they all start the same way, and then it cuts to a flash animation of Samus. Hooray, now that I have all my power-ups, I'm ready to go on a brand new adventure, and she trips on a rock. No, my power-ups! And I know that that was something that, to an extent, like, that was something that I did like about Metroid Prime 3, and it really stood out to me when I first played it back in the day, even if I never beat Metroid Prime. Actually, I never beat any of the Metroid Prime games until, actually, comparatively recently. Because I never beat it on the GameCube because it literally gave me nightmares in certain places. I never beat it on the Wii, even though I got pretty far, just due to the fact that I was busy with college, I'm pretty sure. So I just didn't have the time to dedicate it to it anymore. I know that me beating it on stream was not the very first time I ever beat the game.
I always wanted to live up to Professor
But
House's
I think it was the second or only the second or third time I'd beaten it to completion.
What are you doing?
I'm cuddling you.
Why?
I read it in a book. When humans are upset, they feel better when you cuddle them.
What book was that?
A mother's eyes, a mother's touch.
That sounds like a book about child rearing. I'm not a baby.
This technique has no effect on you? Humans are so complicated.
I love Mila.
Well, I guess I do feel a little better.
And I love the dynamic between these two.
So it does work.
I think it's more it worked because he found your socially awkwardness kind of endearing, Mila. But hey, if it works, it works.
Over already?
And yeah, I definitely think Mila and Jude's relationship is one of the more unique and interesting ones in the Tales series. Like, yes, obviously they're going to be an item or whatever. I mean, it's the main male and main female character in a Tales game. They have to. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's another thing that Velvet had kind of unique about her, is that there was never really a push for romance with any of the male characters. And I guess there never really was one for Soray either, but that had more to do with how Zestiria ended rather than them pushing or not pushing it. Plus, I know a lot of people choose to ship Soray with Mikleo, which I have mixed feelings about, because it's like, I don't have a problem, like, just to be clear, my issue is not that, you know, they're two guys. That's not my issue. My issue is that they were raised as siblings. And I will always be a little squicked out about basically brothers or brother-sister, you know, just anytime it's like a more sibling relationship being pushed more romantically, you know? Again, it doesn't necessarily completely ruin things, but again, it's just something I'm never going to be as comfortable with, just because there just will always be like an undercurrent of incest to it, you know? Even if that's really not what the developers were going for. It's just, I don't know, that's just my take on it. I totally understand, well, to an extent, I should say, if other people have a different take on it. I'm definitely willing to hear their take on it. I can't guarantee that I will agree with your take on it, but, yeah. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with, the Mikleo Soray ship, is that I'm not against it because of the LGBT thing. I'm against it just because of the, and yes, for the record, Mikleo and Soray are not related by blood. I acknowledge that. But at least I don't think they are.
I made the right choice
or wait,
with my
are they?
orb.
It's up to
Sorry,
you to develop how you choose.
It's been a hot minute since I've
Believe in
actually
yourself.
played Zestiria to completion. And I mean, my original plan was that Zestiria was going to be the next Tales game I streamed, but then this remaster came out, and I'm like, well, I gotta prioritize this because it's more, it's a newer release, so. There you have it.
Demon Fist!
Far too easy.
So, I feel that an issue, like I said, I know I would talk about it more once we were kind of out in the world or whatever, but I do very much feel that another problem, that the problem that this game does kind of have, is kind of making itself slightly apparent. And oops. There was a skit.
What is that?
A Spyrix weapon. I knew it.
The Lance of Kresnik? That's the name of the sage from the Genesis Age. Huh? What are you doing?
So this is what humans call irony. Naming this weapon after Kresnik. Listen up. We must destroy that which harms man and spirit.
Yeah, I'll admit, this is probably my least favorite design of
Four great
Sylph.
spirits. So that really makes her Maxwell?
It's a trap!
What are you doing here?
You are really starting to make me angry!
What the heck's going on?
Oh, are you insane? Don't you know this is going to drain you too?
Your suffering, it's worth it!
It's acting directly on her mana lobes.
This wasn't part of the plan. But it's nothing I can't deal with.
Are you gonna try and stop it? Do you know what you're doing?
That's it.
Mila! Look down!
Stop! Or you'll be dragged in with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the name Kres...
Huh? The four spirits? Wait.
Yeah,
Take Mila and then run? Huh? What? What are you trying to do?
So if I remember correctly, I think the name Kresnik comes up a lot more in the sequel, which I also hope gets remastered, because well, I'm not as big of a fan. Well, let me phrase it. Tales of Xillia 2 is a game that I almost like as much as it's complicated. There are points in Xillia 2 that I think are much better than in Xillia 1. But, oh. Here we go. Fun fact. And this was the reason I'm happy this got a remaster, because I knew I always wanted to stream Tales of Xillia for the channel, because when we first made the channel, Xillia was still relatively new. And when Abby put together a teaser for our channel, the way back in the day, like, I don't think you can even still watch it because the music we used was region ID'd and was pulled from it. We used footage from this opening sequence because we knew we wanted to play this game for the channel eventually, but it just always was, we'll get to it eventually, we'll get to it eventually, we'll get to it eventually. I love this song, and I love this opening. The song is called Progress. This was Abby's favorite opening theme to any Tales game for a long while, and I agree it's one of the best. Although, I always preferred Karma from Abyss to this one, but then when Burn came out for Tales of Berseria, we both agreed that one was the best. Yeah, this song and these visuals are just top notch. Yeah, this brings back memories.
You okay? Guess swimming isn't one of your powers, huh?
Because
It's not as easy as Undine makes it look.
yeah, I got this game
So you really have
shortly
lost
after
the power
Abby
of
and
the
I
four
first
great
got
spirits.
married.
What are you gonna do now?
Because I remember, because the PlayStation 3 didn't have a sleep mode.
Device without their power.
Excuse me.
You have a point. Perhaps if I were to return to Nia Kara. Listen, you've been a great help, Jude. Thank you. You should go home now.
Wait!
What's it called?
Mila!
How foolish, Jude. You should have gone home like I asked.
I literally just walked
Hooch with her?
10 steps from where we were.
What? Haven't you ever wielded a sword before?
Of course. But I always relied on the Four's power to guide my arm. It feels quite different without their help.
Come quietly or else.
I can't believe I'm doing this!
All clear.
Shoot, I don't remember what I was about to say.
What's gotten into me?
You saved me again, Jude. Thank you.
Listen, you'd better get out of Fenmont while you can.
Right. You have my gratitude.
The city entrance is always crawling with police. You'd be safer heading to the Sea Haven.
The Sea Haven.
Like, I'll admit, I'm not the biggest fan of Mila's design.
You don't know where it is, do you?
Like, it's not a bad design, but it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite in the game. Heck, I even remember. So this game came out within like Abby and I's first year of marriage, because I remember playing this game back in our first apartment. Hell, I even remember trying to, because there was no sleep mode on the PlayStation 3, desperately trying to beat the game. Because I had like 2 hours before work started. So I was like, I gotta beat this game before I gotta go to work. But the final boss fight was just, it was long.
It's okay.
And
besides, I still owe you
very difficult at times, since the final boss fight, you're fighting 2 people at once, and one of the people you're fighting auto regenerates at least one. Like, if you knock them out, they'll auto regen, and then they're constantly casting healing magic. So I'm like, I just want to beat the game before I have to go to work, and it was stressful.
Over already?
The Sea Haven is on the up.
But yeah, when I first played this game, I was just like, oh my gosh, I was like so appalled with Mila's outfit. Because again, I was raised very conservative Christian. And I had never seen a character as skimpy as Mila before, outside of Judith from Vesperia. And even then, it was like, oh, but Judith has had, because she was more, the game was more pixelated, it didn't look as sexual. But with Mila, I'm like, oh, that's too much skin. That's impure. Why would they do that? I actually had spent most of the game with Mila in Stan's outfit, because I was able to start with that. This one, so I'm like, at least she's fully covered. But the funny thing is, and it's why I'm largely going to keep everyone in their default outfits. Let's see. Hold on. Is that... No, that looks better. Because, kind of like with Berseria, unfortunately, some of the outfits actually cover up stuff that is affected in cutscenes. Because, like, in Berseria, if you had Eisen in his pirate outfit, he had a hook hand, which meant that the scene where Velvet throws the coin back to Eisen, you couldn't actually see what the coin flip resulted in because of the hook hand.
Dr. Jude? From the medical school?
Mr. Eldon? Is that you? What's going on here?
I can't believe you are the one we're looking for. Jude Mathis, I have a warrant for your arrest. There's one for her, too. I'm authorized to use force if necessary, but I don't want to hurt you.
But wait, just hold on a minute. We may have done a little breaking and entering, but that hardly makes us public enemy #1.
You don't want to admit that you broke and entered. Especially since you broke into a government facility. That's...
It looks like
that could... If I understand, breaking into a government facility could potentially...
I can't let them capture me.
Count as a treason charge. Again, I know it depends on the country, and I could be completely wrong about the severity of the charge, but I don't think I'm wrong when it comes to that.
This is goodbye, Jude. Forgive me for all of this.
Think your next move over carefully, Doc. The more trouble you give us, the harder your sentence.
It's just that I just wanted to...
Oh, boy.
Well, aren't these military types brave? Protecting the world from pipsqueaks like you.
Who are you?
Save the chit-chat for later. Your lovely lady friend's about to set sail, you know.
Wait, but I...
Listen close, kid. The military issued your warrant, and with the Military Powers Act invoked, you're an ex-marked criminal. If they catch you, you'll face... execution.
What? Execution?
Come on.
Alvin.
You're
Sorry.
sturdier than you look.
Sorry, this character's name is Alvin. He's probably the one part of the game
What's going on here?
I have the most
The military's
guff
doing
with.
drills or something unsure. We were just getting out of their way.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Do you really think a pipsqueak, a pretty girl, a dashing man like me would be up to no good? It's Alvin.
Huh?
That's my name. You said that you're Jude, right?
Yes, sir. And this is Mila.
Hang in there, kid.
Okay. Yes, please. So, Alvin. Alvin is a good character. He's very well written, and he has a very interesting arc.
That captain needs to lay off a bit. Is he planning to grill us the entire voyage?
We did kind of
What do you
stow
expect?
away.
We don't have any sort of identification.
Speak for yourselves.
I can't believe we're heading to Azul.
Look, we're leaving Fenmon's spirit climb. You said you're a med student. Didn't expect that.
Hey, can I ask you something? Why did you save us? What's in it for you?
Well, cash, of course.
How does saving us make you money?
Simple. I figure you must be in serious trouble if the military's after you. Now that I've swung to your rescue and impressed you with my daring do, I can charge you for my services.
Charge us what? I'm nearly broke.
Same goes for me, I'm afraid.
Seriously? I take more than just cash, you know. Don't you have any precious metals? Jewels? Rich relatives about to croak?
Nothing on me. Everything happened so fast.
I doubt I have anything that would sell for a high price either.
What exactly do you do, Alvin? You look like a soldier, but you sure don't act like one.
You're on the right track, kid. I'm a mercenary. It's better than being a soldier. We don't have to follow orders. We set our own hours, and we help people. For a price.
Well, it would seem like you helped us for free.
Well, it's a risk of the trade. Maybe I'll find some paying customers in Azul.
Sorry about that.
Charity work. Wonderful. Are we there yet?
I do like Alvin's design. I do, except I'm not the biggest fan of his neckerchief or whatever. I think it's just a little too long. It's like, well, it doesn't necessarily look bad. It is visually distracting. I feel it could look better if it was a little shorter and we could see like a vest underneath. Then again, I can't deny that it does make him look a little more visually distinct. It's just...
It's hard to believe we're in a whole different country. Although it feels just like home.
Well, this part of Azul is hardly what I'd call exotic.
Huh. Hey, there's a map. Let me check it out for a bit.
Now, if I remember correctly, a lot of the ports look identical in this game, and I don't... I think... I do think it does suck some of the...
Cool.
Decided to make the best of it, has he? He's not as immature as he looks.
Would it kill you to show a little concern? I mean, you dragged him into this, right?
He insisted on helping me. I told him again and again to go home, but he wouldn't listen. He's here of his own accord.
It's just true.
I see. He believes he got himself into this mess, so now he has to put on a brave face.
I'm actually surprised we got to see that
Either way,
conversation.
he's still acting like an adult.
I figured
North of here.
that conversation would have been reserved for the Mila route, but it's a
So?
small enough one.
You leaving now?
No. Alvin, you must be well versed with the sword. Mercenaries like you must have some battle chop.
Well, yeah, of course.
Could you teach me how to use one? I don't have the 4 to back me up anymore. If I can't wield a sword, what's left?
The 4? Not sure I follow, but I'd be more than happy to teach you. If only you had some cash.
So you won't help?
Here, how about we make some moolah while I try?
What do you mean?
Well, there's got to be some paying customers here in the Sea Haven, right? Let's take a look around.
But yeah, again, I do want to be clear. I do think Alvin is a good character with a good character arc. My problem with Alvin stems from kind of his relationship with everyone else. Because, like, him joining like that is very kind of forced writing. Now, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, let's be real here. It's very, D&D, first time D&D, we gotta get the characters together in order to get the characters together, you know? But the sad truth is, I actually do like his alternate colors a little better, is it does make the main characters a little dumb for not questioning, or seem a little dumb for not questioning him more. Because it's like, so you literally just swooped out of the blue, you know, saved us from the saved Jude from the military and execution just because you thought, oh, clearly if the military's after them, they must have money or something like that. And again, this game is over 14 years old at minimum, so I'm going to kind of spoil this, look away before, you know, take the time to leave and come back in a bit if you don't want to be spoiled. But Alvin is the traitor character of this game. And unfortunately, he's one of the most poorly handled traitor characters in the Tales franchise. Not that his motivations for being the traitor character don't make sense. They do. Not that it doesn't lead to some interesting bits, because it does. The problem is that Alvin backstabs you multiple times throughout the game, and he's never properly punished. The party never properly learns from it until much later in the game. So, yeah, it does still get, you do still get some good stories and stuff out of it and some good character bits. It's just, it's, for lack of a better word, it's delayed. So it doesn't make the characters look the brightest, you know? It doesn't, it's not
You seem to know your way
terrible. Like, I remember
was
that was
pretty
like a
self-defense when I
game,
was a kid.
like a deal
They say
breaker
that
for
even
me
the best
back in the
trained
day,
soldiers may
but
panic
sitting
in the
on
face
it
of actual
now,
combat. Yet
I
you seem
don't
completely
think it's
together.
as much of a
Well,
well,
I
and
had a
again,
friend I
let's,
trained with who used to shout
I
"Sparring
haven't
time"
played
and
through
tap
this
me out of the
game
blue. So it's
since
probably thanks to her.
it first
see.
came out. I played
I'd
through
always
it,
wind up on the ground
and then I
covered in
haven't really
bruises.
touched it
I'm
since.
sorry to dredge up such painful
So,
memories.
and again, that's why I'm looking
No,
forward to
it's not
replaying
like
this
that.
one,
Don't all
because,
bullied children say that?
Bullied? That's not what... Wait. Was it?
but yeah.
This was surging with mana when they activated their so-called Lance of Kresnik. So this must be the key they used to arm it. Do you want something?
Whoa, hold your fire. I come in peace. Can't a mercenary have a friendly chat with his client?
That much is fine. But when you want to chat, you needn't hold your breath and sneak up behind me.
Sheesh. You make me sound so unsavory. Do you berate poor Jude like this too?
I don't intend to berate anyone. That was never my intention.
Do try to be gentle with him. Boys can be so vulnerable.
That's a surprisingly tender sentiment.
That's what it says on my business card. The mercenary with a heart of gold.
Those are good words to live by. Although, with a motto like that, I can't imagine you'd live very long.
Not the type to sugarcoat things, are you? And I have awakened yet another level of hidden talent.
I do like the leveling up armor shop. Oh, wait, did it auto-equip everything? Oh, it auto-equipped everything. Okay, I was not paying attention like I should have, so that's on me. But I also admit it can be a little annoying at times. But still. But it can be a little annoying because you could view it as it's locking progression and locking your better gear behind spending money. So you could argue it's like an in-universe version of paying to win. Which, fair enough. But I can't say I actually hate it that much. Fine. And I think I have mentioned this in a couple Tales series streams. Always spend, whenever you go to a city, always sleep at the inn, because there's always a chance that you'll get a unique cutscene for sleeping in the inn. Yeah. So, something I was going to bring up but then got cut off with story and cutscenes is that you can kind of already, even though everywhere looks pretty, and I do love the way this game looks, the areas start looking a little samey after a while.
Hey there. You've got a request, right? How about letting us handle it?
Oh, you're mercenaries. Oh, perfect timing.
What kind of request?
Someone's got a problem with monsters, and we get paid to solve their problem.
Oh, so by taking on these jobs, you get the reward and I get the practice.
Right, everybody wins. Well, except the monsters. Okay, hit us with the details.
Some monsters we've never seen before are lurking near a lake west of the Sea Haven. A lot of people depend on that lake for water, so those monsters have become a real nuisance. I'm looking for someone to exterminate the beasts.
What's the reward?
Cash, of course.
You heard the woman. Thoughts?
Sounds fine to me. Fighting monsters will be good training.
Excellent. Now these beasts are no pushovers, so please watch yourselves.
About your sword training, the monsters aren't just going to stand there like training dummies, you know? We should go over some basics first.
I appreciate it.
Ready your sword. Well, that'll do.
You have my gratitude.
Now, it's possible, I don't remember, that maybe there'd be like a... You'd actually have like a quick boss fight against Alvin if you were playing as Mila.
Wait, Jude. Take a moment to consider your situation. You don't have to stay with me anymore, you know.
Right.
Now that we've crossed the border, it'll be a while before any pursuers from Rashugal get here.
What are you suggesting?
Just that he still has some time to think things over.
Sorry, I'll make up my mind by the time you set off.
Okay, very well. Let's go and complete that request.
You thought you were doing the right thing. Now you're on the run. That's a pretty tough lesson for a kid your age.
Yeah, but I brought it upon myself.
So yeah, I think... Actually, I'm going to confirm this real quick. Real quick. Because it's always kind of hard to tell character age, especially... Okay. Especially in anime, and especially in video games. But Jude is only 15 at this game. And that's kind of what I meant by... yeah, they wanted to establish, right, that he's a savant genius to explain why he's basically in med school about to graduate at such a young age, you know? You know, I am actually shocked. Well, okay, that's a lie. I know why they don't have Mila with a sword belt.
Great. We should try linked combat.
Probably.
Orbs are handy things.
Probably because she's not actually wearing a belt, but I really don't know why Mila doesn't have the sword on her hip in her model when we're exploring, you know?
Sounds great, but how do we do it?
Try it and see for yourself. Focus your consciousness into the Lilium Orb.
It's like, again, I acknowledge most.
All right. Try linking up.
So this is linking.
Most Tales games, only the protagonist weapon is visible on their model.
Okay,
and even then, not every Tales protagonist has their weapon visible. Has the weapon visible on their character model.
Attack. I can sense Jude's next movement.
Because again, I could be wrong, and I probably am if I'm being real. I don't think Asbel... No, Asbel might have had his sword on his hip. I don't remember. Because I know Lloyd did. Yuri always carried his weapon. I guess technically Velvet didn't, but that's just because Velvet, nice.
Demon Fist! Demon Fist! Let's finish them off! Huge! Demon Fist! Let's go! Roger! Final kill! Demon Fist! Take this! Demon Fist! One! Roger! Final kill! Burn! Hit! Burn! Huge!
Victory born from cooperation and friendship. Not bad, right?
Yes, I quite like it.
I feel much better knowing I'm not fighting alone.
Right there with you, buddy.
Yeah, because Velvet's was an arm gauntlet. I don't remember, like, the blade
better.
itself looked different whenever she had it out in a cutscene. But I don't remember if, like, the actual, like, gauntlet part that the blade was stored in, if it changed at all in the overworld. Soray wore his weapon on himself. Alphen has his sword on his back, so that's always visible.
This is one heck of a blade.
Actually, I meant the other one.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it.
Luke
It
always
looks like
had
it
his
channels
sword on
fire
his...
spirits and projects their arts at foes.
was on his
Yeah,
back. It was on,
something
like,
like
kind of
that.
above his
That's
rear,
incredible.
but it was still
Where'd
kind
you
of on
get
his
it?
hip.
Oh, I see
I
how it is.
don't remember if
envious
his
type.
changed either,
Stare
but
all
then
you
again,
want,
neither did
kid.
Lloyd's, and they
I
came
ain't
out
giving
around
it
the
up.
same time.
You don't have to treat me
Emil's
like a
didn't
child.
either,
Oh, come
albeit
on,
Emil
I'm
was
just yanking
basically
your
just
chain.
a rehash of Luke in terms of his model. And then, oh wait, sorry, I remember I just said that I think Jude was the first Tales protagonist to use their fists, but actually I think that's a lie. I think in Tales of Legendia, which, while I own it, I've never actually played it because we have it for the PlayStation 2, and our PlayStation 2 is on the Fritz.
Sorry about that.
So it's basically unusable right now. So I turned it on just to make sure that this worked, played the tutorial fight, and then I'm like, I'll get back to it later, and then never got back to it before the damn thing, like I said, broke.
Provide cover.
That's one.
Got it.
Demonic chaos. All right.
Nice one.
Let's go.
Not yet. Demon Fist.
Take this!
Focus.
Attack.
Let's go.
Roger.
Aerial fire.
Take this!
You have big hands. Interesting. No wonder you pack quite a punch.
Thanks. That wasn't too bad.
There we go. Only one new art for Mila, but that is fine. I guess I forgot Alvin must have leveled up before, and I wasn't paying attention to him. Arcfire. Okay, you also appear to only have one. There you go. But yeah, now that we are in
Okay, this should do. My Lilium orb is coming along nicely.
now that we're actually able to travel between towns, it is going to become a little more apparent now, just kind of what I was saying, with things kind of being a little samey.
Let's go! Roger. Final attack! Burn! Focus! That's one! Roger.
Hey, I'll break their guard.
Aerial fire! I can still do better.
And unfortunately, basically going forward, and again, this was kind of similar to how Berseria and Zestiria handled it, but I do feel those games handle it a little better. They're no longer big worlds to explore outside of towns. Basically, it's now like linear corridors that connect the different towns together.
By chaos! Here we go. Demon Fist!
Got it.
Let us move onward.
You know, I think there used to be a town around here. Want to take a peek?
But we haven't completed our job yet.
Come on, school's out. Your homework doesn't have a due date anymore. When you accept a request, you can take it at your own pace.
Unless it's urgent.
That's the way it works. The whole reason you took the request was to pay my fee, right? If you see another opportunity to make a few bucks, feel free to make that the priority.
I had been planning to get you paid in Nia Khera.
That's so? Well, you're the client. At the end of the day, it's your call. You're starting to look pretty good with that blade.
I do seem to possess an aptitude for sword fighting.
No breaks?
Not yet.
Provide cover. Let's go.
Let's go.
Roger.
Final down.
Tiger blade!
Burn you. Finish up.
Let's go.
Roger.
Ignis crush.
Onward. Onward.
Take this! Demon Fang!
Wave on force.
Sorry about that. Just keeps getting better.
One grind after another.
So you're that
Sorry,
Maxwell.
1 second. I'm gonna get
Lord of
another
spirits,
bit of little more
ruler of
caffeine.
elements.
You don't believe me?
A person claiming to be a spirit? It's a bit much to swallow.
Then how do you humans prove your identities to each other?
Well, by showing identification, I guess. I have a medical school ID card.
Oh. Then I doubt that I'll be able to prove my identity to your satisfaction. I wouldn't even know where to apply for a spirit ID card.
Is it really okay for me to be following this person?
Okay.
Let's see.
What are you up to?
Just trying to organize all of my notes for my thesis.
Those in the books at a time like this? You sure are studious.
Yeah, probably a waste of time. I'm sure I've already been expelled being an X-marked criminal and all.
Ah, cheer up, kid. If I get a chance, I'll testify to the military and the school on your behalf. Shouldn't be hard to make the case that you're just a poor kid who got sucked into this.
Thanks. But aren't you a wanted criminal too?
Ah, that. I guess I did flee along with you.
So if we get captured, I'll testify for you. I'll tell them that you're nowhere near as shady as you look.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Oh, Jude. Okie dokie. Yeah.
Onward, attack!
You know, that's something else that I do like about this game. The leveling up in and of itself is so much fun that I do purposely keep getting actually into fights because I... Oh, wait. Oh, what did I do to get Ignis?
Now's our chance.
Let's go!
Nice.
Onward, attack!
Nice. Okay. So yeah, one of the things that's absolutely awesome about this combat is when you basically go into overlimit, just the amount of chaining that you can do is nuts, because you can just chain one art after the other with your companions, and then after you've chained off, like in the middle of a combo, you can then swap to the person that you're linked with and then just start doing the combos with them. It is nuts, everything that you can do with that. Like, there's a reason why, like I said, in many respects, I consider Tales of Zestiria one of the most fun to just play purely from a gameplay standpoint. Because, like, the combat in Zestiria is really fun because of the armatization is just a really fun way of doing things, but just being able to link all these combos together is just, oh, it is such a dopamine rush when you're able to just get one right after the other.
Tiger Blade! Demon Fist! Swallow Dance! That's one!
Who's next?
Demon Fist! Fall! Alright!
Nice job. Attack!
That's one! Flame Spear!
Attack!
Tiger Blade! Demon Fist!
Onward.
I won't let anyone down.
Okay, let's actually... Okay, level restore is good. I want to get that for Jude. I mean, again, granted, with how powerful we're going to become thanks to the bonus experience buff, it might not be as, you know, urgent, but fuck it. I still want to get it. Now, admittedly, the actual, like the physical ground that we walk on, I know this might be kind of a weird way of phrasing it, is not that different from the way Berseria was structured. I think the main difference really just boils down to the fact that Berseria, you could technically be out in some open areas. You would technically could be out in like some open areas while exploring, whereas most of the areas you explore in this are basically just canyons. So it definitely, this game falls victim to the Final Fantasy 13 curse of being, what was it? I remember that when Final Fantasy 13 was first released, it was given the derogatory nickname of Final Hallway. And yeah, I know I never really got that far in Final Fantasy 13. Mostly just because I just did not give a shit. There's just too much about that game that I found just to be completely unlikable. But from what I did play, that is a fair criticism of the game. And yeah, I do know that to an extent, yeah, you do need to bear in mind that games can change and evolve over the course of playing it. And you probably should, at the very least, acknowledge when it does something different, it does something new, or that it can get really cool and unique eventually. I'm not denying any of this. I want to be very clear about that. But there is still some truth to it. It's like, if the game is not good enough to keep you invested right away, why am I going to sink, especially if a game as long as Final Fantasy 13, why am I going to invest all of that time into it if it's not keeping me invested from the beginning? Because that's kind of what happened to me when I was playing, I tried Star Ocean The Last Hope for the first time. Because I kept being told, it's like, oh, it gets better, give it time. And I got to the end of the first disc, and the game still hadn't grabbed me. And yeah, despite the fact that Star Ocean The Last Hope was released on the Xbox 360, it was a game that was on multiple discs. And I think, I could be wrong, it's been a while since I've actually opened or even looked at my copy of Final Fantasy 13 that I got at, like, in the bargain bin at a Walmart, just because I thought, let me grab it just for the lulz, because this was back when Abby and I were just starting to talk about starting the channel. I thought this could be a fun one for, again, the lulz. But I don't know if I've ever actually played the damn thing, because when I did try playing it, I was playing it. I was playing my roommate's copy.
Take this.
Not bad.
So this is experience.
Just keeps getting better.
What's the word I'm looking for? But yeah, so I kept being like, I just wanted to drop Star Ocean The Last Hope. But again, my roommate's like, no, it gets better. So I just kept playing, I kept slugging through it, partially because, well, I could play my options were play Star Ocean The Last Hope or play a Dragon Age game again. And don't get me wrong, I did eventually decide to play Dragon Age again, but it was also one of those, like, I don't exactly have the mountain of other new games that I still haven't played piling up that I do now.
Interesting.
I won't let anyone
But,
down.
so I stuck the game out until I got to the end of the first disc. And at that point, I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm at the end of the first disc and I still don't give a shit. I'm not giving this game any more of my time. It just, at that point, I'm like, no. I have given you so much of my time and so much of a chance to win me over. It's just, no, I have better things I could be doing. I could be going outside and enjoying the town that the little town that my college was in. I could be playing different games. I'm like, just no. Then again, this is a roommate that I'm sorry, but I don't trust your taste in like anything, because this was one of 2 roommates I lived with who kept insisting, no, every movie M. Night Shyamalan has ever made is good. For the record, I don't have a problem if you can find joy in any M. Night Shyamalan film, because to be perfectly frank, M. Night Shyamalan is kind of similar to Stephen King. And I don't necessarily, I mean like in terms of adaptations of Stephen King's work. Not necessarily, because again, I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen King, but most of like his adaptations, like his adaptations, like movies and miniseries based on his work, are usually like so out there and like so bad they're good, you can usually find some enjoyment out of them no matter what. And it's like, if that's what he was saying, I'd get it. The problem is and again, I hope he's matured. I truly believe this has been over 12 years at this point, but he had the nasty problem of being like, well, I like something, so clearly that means it's good, you know? Or then another prime example, we had a big argument between me, him, and my other college roommate about grinding in video gaming. And he's like, oh, I never grind. I just do all the side quests. And it's like, dude, you're grinding right now. I'm like, no, I'm not grinding. This is for a side quest. But the thing he was doing was just fighting the same fight. No, I'm good. Actually, hold on. Oh, I've already... Yeah. I know. I've already done that.
Ready? Got it. Demonic chaos!
But yeah, he just kept insisting what he was doing wasn't grinding. And his argument was, well, I have fun doing this, so it's not grinding. It's like, yes, it is. Like, again, you can absolutely have fun while grinding, but what you're doing is still grinding. Because he was just fighting the same boss fight over and over in hopes that he would just get a rare drop, you know? And then when we literally showed him the definition of grinding, he's like, well, I don't consider it grinding. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you don't consider it to be grinding. It's grinding. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with a game that requires a lot of grinding if you're having fun with it. I know that grinding, you know, required grinding can be a deal breaker in a lot of games, and rightfully so. But
you okay?
It can also, I know a lot of people enjoy grinding, and that's okay as well.
You got that right. Let's head back to Alati Sea Haven and make a report.
But yeah. Because he kept shoving games in my face and be like, play this, you'll like this. Play this, you'll like it. But then anytime I try to show him a game, he's like, nah, I don't need to play it. I'm like, okay, but you are constantly expecting me to play all these games you're shoving down my throat, and you won't even check out one of the games I recommend. It's why I developed a really nasty habit for a while where I'm basically like, if you want me to play one of your games, you have to play one of mine first. Which I'm like, that's a very cynical and entitled worldview. However, by the same token, I do feel I'm not entirely out of line being a little pissed off at people who are like, you know, constantly being like, that game sucks, play this instead, you know? Because, like, I have to this day played a Golden Sun game besides the DS version, even though I didn't play it that far. And I know for a fact, from what everyone has said, the DS version of the DS Golden Sun game is not as good as the GBA ones. And even though my older brother gave me a emulation console for Christmas last year, one, it has a nasty habit of wiping data on some of because I was using it to play Paper Mario again for the millionth time, and I got to the very first dungeon and the data just wiped. So I'm a lot less hesitant to actually go back and play it now because I'm like, okay, is it just gonna randomly erase my data? So I'm not gonna be able to fully enjoy the game, you know? But I haven't touched Golden Sun merely because this one dickweed that I worked with at Target, I mentioned, this was back in 2013, so over 12 years ago, that I was super well, okay, it was 2012, but my Christmas present was my family pre-ordered and paid off the PlayStation 3 remake of Tales of Symphonia. And super excited. Favorite game of all time. And I told him, like, for my birthday, I'm getting the remake of my favorite game of all time, Tales of Symphonia. And this asshole piece of shit's like, oh, that game makes me sick. You want a good RPG, play Golden Sun. I'm like, well, now I'm never going to play Golden Sun just on general principle because you're basically telling me that my taste is shit and my experience is shit and invalid. So I need to play, you know, something that you have deemed as appropriate or whatever. So fuck off. You can just fuck right off with that. It's kind of a similar reason why I have still, even though I've had Legend of Dragoon downloaded on all 3 of our PlayStation's consoles, like I have it digitally on the 3. I don't currently have it on the 5, but I did have it on the 5, and it's on our 4 as well. I still haven't touched it. It's also a game I keep saying I should do for the channel because we had some of our earliest viewers request it. I still haven't touched it because the roommate I was talking about earlier basically fobbed off whenever I recommended Symphonia and said you should just play Legend of Dragoon instead. So it's just left a really bad taste in my mouth, you know?
Hey! No fever.
He also just never really
seem to have any strength.
he just kept saying play this, play that, but never actually seemed to understood anything I actually liked.
Ever?
Through Sylph, I drew life from the air. With Undine's power, I received sustenance from the water.
What's she talking about?
I guess the spirits gave her all the energy she needed. Well, now you're gonna have to nourish yourself the old-fashioned way.
I see. So this is what you call hunger.
Again, I love how she's not like, oh, this sucks that I have to deal with this. It's more just, oh, so this is what that is. Cool. Again, I love Mila because this is a trope and this is a trope that you see all the time. Just in media of, you know, someone who's just out of touch and just doesn't get it. But I really like how it's done here. It's endearing. Like, it really is. Now, I could see, you know, someone being a little frustrated, especially, you know, women playing this game, that it's like Mila's the first ever female protagonist in a game, and she's a character who's not the easiest to relate to.
Oh, my apologies,
but
our cook isn't in yet. Hey, is she okay?
But at the same time, Mila is one of the more memorable Tales series protagonists.
Kitchen?
Yes, please, help yourself. Your friend looks like she's about to pass out.
She technically already has, but yes.
My stomach, it really is growling. And here I thought that was just a silly human expression.
Alvin, that spoon didn't go anywhere near your mouth.
Not bad. It's good.
Well, yeah, but this is
I quite enjoy ingesting calories with you. Humans should learn to cherish these simple pleasures.
I love this because It kind of also reminds me of I think his name was Odo from Deep Space Nine. He was a shapeshifter, and because of that, he didn't need to eat because he didn't have organs.
Apparently she never ate before today either.
But
who in the world is she?
When he lost his ability to shapeshift, in the 4th or 5th season, he gained organs, and he's like, shit. Food and alcohol are kind of awesome. And while he was still kind of distraught, because it's kind of like the equivalent of losing one of your senses,
has many names.
He still found the little pleasures out of
Now
food.
We add Mila to that list? She's supposed to be the spirit Maxwell? You gotta be kidding me.
Is Maxwell really that mighty?
Of course. That's why this is so hard to swallow. I grew up hearing bedtime stories about Maxwell.
What in the world would a spirit like that be trying to destroy?
Trying to destroy? What are you referring to?
She called it a Spyrix, I think. The device from the laboratory. Maybe I should just ask Mila about it.
That would be the quickest way to hear what she has to say.
You have a nasty habit of poking your nose where it doesn't belong. Your accursed curiosity made me a wanted man too, you know. Well, think hard before asking, okay?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, this is, again, definitely kind of the thing that does make... Another thing that does make Alvin look a little less likable and I mean, Jude, again, he's 15. He's young, he's sheltered, he is very gullible. It just, it does make both him and Alvin look a little worse in the long run of the story.
I'm thinking of returning to Nia Kara.
Is that your hometown?
More accurately, it's where my shrine is. If I go back, I might be able to re-summon the Four.
So, she really is Maxwell.
This is where you come in, Jude. Will you accompany me to Nia Kara?
I've decided I don't like having you around as a,
you
know,
brought
punching
your current
bag.
Situation upon yourself, but I bear some of the blame as well. I'll put in a good word for you with the people of Nia Kara. I'm sure they'll look after you.
Wow, you've put a lot of thought into this.
Yes. Remember when you told me I seemed unconcerned? I decided to take that to heart.
Mila, you don't need to practice your swordplay anymore?
No need to concern yourself with my martial abilities.
Well, if nothing else, you know how to swing the pointy end.
Okay, I'll come with you.
Good. You needn't worry.
There's something else I like about Mila.
You think so?
Oh, better safe than sorry. Come find me once you're ready to go.
Is that even though she does still...
Why not? I've come this far.
Also, he hasn't technically been paid yet,
Mila?
so...
Thanks.
Is that, well, she does always technically maintain this kind of aloof nature. Wait, how come I can't buy? There we go. Buy it now. That was weird. Well, Mila never loses her kind of more aloof nature, if you know what I mean. She never truly looks down on any of the other party members. She actually, as we just saw, does genuinely try to internalize some of the things that everyone does say to her. So she, even though she is, maybe she's the Lord of Spirits, maybe she's not. But she doesn't just brush off any feedback that the others give her, you know, and I appreciate that. Again, that's what I like about Mila, is that even though she might not be the most relatable protagonist, she's not a bitch. And she does, because, like, take a character like Solus from Dragon Age. He does act aloof because he is basically a god,
Mila,
similar to Mila.
How far?
but he still views himself as above, or his concerns are above the mortal people of the world, and his agenda is more important, etc., etc.
Find a place to rest along the way.
The map showed a village in that direction.
And again,
so we should be
because he's
okay.
not immortal like we are, he does view the world differently.
Must press forward.
I know.
Now again, I still like Solus. In fact, he's one of my favorite Dragon Age characters because I find him a fascinating villain, you know? Like, again, when I say he's one of my favorite characters and I do always romance him, I'm not gonna pretend that I don't think he is still pretty hateable. But it also doesn't change the fact that I still really like him as a character. Again, it's kind of similar to Vivian. You're kind of supposed to hate them. So the fact that I do hate them kind of means the writers did a great job. Because, again, I do dislike them. But I can also completely understand why other people just can't stomach the guy, you know? And absolutely valid. Because, like, I remember when I was doing that Endangered and, you know, Val said they hated Solus. A good friend of ours, he can't stand Solus, who's a big fan of Dragon Age, can't stand Solus either. And all valid. All valid. I'm not telling them that they're wrong for not liking Solus. But, no, it's just, I do like Solus, and the reason I do like him is, well, because he is kind of a hateable. He's a very well-written... He's a very well-written kind of hateable, but yeah, he is still technically hateable.
That was quite a sigh.
So seriously, you guys are spying for Azul, right?
What? Of course not.
I've never heard of the Military Powers Act being used against anyone other than Azul spy.
You're thinking too much into this.
Why are you so concerned about this? Unless you're spying for Rashagon.
No. I was just thinking that if you were spying for Azul, maybe you could use your connections to score me some high-paying intelligence work.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I assure you I will pay your fee. You just have to wait a little bit longer.
Fair enough. But even with your special friend discount, the interest is piling up.
Imagine I can probably find that out in the wild, but... That way for that. That way for that. Okay, I don't remember if the events / side quests had these waypoints in the original that they do now. I know they're not strictly necessary, but I also can't pretend like I don't appreciate them either. Since, you know, when I was younger, I definitely would have preferred just finding them on my own, you know? Because I had much more time as a kid. But now that I'm an adult that doesn't have very much free time, I greatly prefer...
I'll break their guard.
being able to just be pointed in the right direction, you know?
I wish we didn't have to fight, but we must.
So this is experience.
All right, not bad.
Yeah. Once Jude levels up, we'll take care of it, just so I can do it all at once.
Oops, gotta straighten my scarf.
You sure do love that thing.
Don't you? It's one of Fismage's finest, custom made for yours truly.
I don't know much about brands, but it does look good on you.
You gotta be careful about what you wear, kid. It's how the world judges a man.
I'd rather think what's inside is what counts.
Yeah, and this is how what's inside gets projected to the outside.
You don't believe some people shape what's outside in order to conceal the ugliness within?
Preach, Mila.
Well, if you can't see through a false front, isn't that your problem?
So you blame the victims for being deceived?
If that's really what you believe, Alvin, it tells me all I need to know about what's within.
Oof.
I sure slipped up this time, huh?
One, Roger. Final down. Aqua protection. Swallow dance. Fierce demon face. Let's go. Roger. Final down.
You know, I also just realized Alvin kind of, in a weird way, him having Kratos, an outfit for Kratos, actually makes sense. Because in many ways, he is kind of a mashup of Kratos and Zelos from Symphonia. Because, like, he's a mercenary, quote-unquote, like Kratos claimed to be from Symphonia. But his personality definitely lines up more with Zelos' personality from Symphonia. Because, I mean, again, the Tales series likes reusing archetypes and some story beats. And for the most part, that's not in and of itself a problem. But I can also understand why someone might find that off-putting, because it's like, I don't like playing the Tales games because I already know what's going to happen because everything is an archetype. And you know what? That's valid. Like, I absolutely love this series. It's my favorite series, and I kind of get a little annoyed about that to an extent as well. Especially since, again, I think it's kind of obvious. And again, this game's so old, I don't really care. Alvin is ultimately the traitor character, and both Kratos and Zelos were both traitor characters in Symphonia. Alright. Aqua Sweep. Okay, I might actually like that better for my down move. And then... it was Vortex, right? There we go. And again, the reason why you want to unlock as many arts as possible as quickly as possible is because the more arts you unlock, the more combo attacks you can potentially unlock between characters as well.
I did it!
Titles. Is that something that's like actually equipable with these characters? I don't remember. Status. No? Because again, I know in other Tales games, the titles are kind of a big deal. But I haven't seen anywhere where we could, like, change the titles or anything. Maybe not.
Let's go! Alright! Is fighting the only answer?
Onward! Attack! Hit! Windblade!
Demon Fist! One!
Roger! Final down!
Yeah, I'm also thinking about what do I want my final party for this game to be. Because I know that Jude currently is getting, like, healing moves, but he is not the game's main healer. I don't remember if this game technically has a dedicated healer.
Interesting.
Because I think, don't quote me on this, I think at least 3 characters in this game get healing abilities. Jude, Leia, and Elise. Now, I'm not 100% sure about Elise. I'm pretty sure she gets healing abilities, but I don't remember for sure because Elise is kind of like our one major dedicated magic user for the game. So I don't remember if she's like just for arcane magic or if she also gets healing magic as well. Right. Right.
Aerial fire!
Okay, yeah.
Demon Fist! Now's our camp!
Steel! Let's go!
Flame Spear!
Alright!
Demon Fist! Farewell!
I did it!
Excellent.
And then event list. Right. Report to the client.
Walking sure is grueling.
That's unexpected coming from you.
I'm just used to having Sylph fly me everywhere. The only time I ever really walked was when I used Undine to travel across water.
I see.
Maybe this is your punishment for treating the 4 great spirits like your personal servants?
Servants? They may help out now and then, but they're the ones who pester me. They're like a bunch of bickering in-laws that never go home.
Did you just call the 4?
Bickering in-laws?
Oh, there's an item back there. That might be the orange thing I need to get.
Not yet! Focus! On, let's go!
Roger. Aerial fire!
Alright!
Nice job.
Demon Fist!
Burn! Huge.
Onward! Let's go!
Roger. Aerial fire!
Is fighting the only answer?
Just keeps getting better.
What the? I mean, I'm not saying no to another fight. I just don't know why it's like my input's locked up, so I couldn't like do anything.
Let's go!
Flame Spear!
Focus!
Windblade! Flare bomb! Flare bomb!
Demon Fist! Demon Fist! Focus! Hero Search!
Demon Fist! The limit just yet.
Take this! Demon Fist!
Not bad. You see the way Mila freezes those enemies in their tracks? I guess she really is into bondage.
Oh, is that what the technique is called?
Aw, I thought I'd get more of a rise out of you than that.
I'm just tired of your lies and innuendos. Just give it up already.
Oh, and now I'm the one being tied down by your sadistic decrees. Sorry, Jude. I'm not that into bondage play.
But it is true that some people can only experience true intimacy when they're tied and bound.
The conversation takes a surprising turn. Are you speaking from personal experience?
No, I read it in a book. It was called Men and Women Beneath the Sheets.
What sort of books are you reading?
There was a similar comment in The Aesthetics of Being the Catcher as well.
That one's probably about something different.
Oh?
Well, I wouldn't really know.
Sounds like Mila's more into total freedom than tying anyone down.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Onward, attack!
Kick! Let's go!
Final damage! Aerial fire! Flame pierce! Attack! Burn!
Let's go!
Roger! Igneous crush!
Take this!
Demon fist! Demon fist! Demon fist!
Should have gone a little easier.
Excuse me. Actually, hold on. Event list. Fruit Slayer, find porn. Find porn. Just go to Google. Okay, so it's not something I'm going to find in the wild. So that one I will have to come back and finish, but we can carry on for now. Actually, if it's not something I'm going to find in the wild, I'm not going to incessantly
Compared
pick
to
up every
Fenmont's night
single...
climb, the sky in Azul sure is bright.
That's true. The spirit climbs here are much more stable.
What are you talking about? What do you intend to climb?
C-L-I-M-E. Surely the great Lady Maxwell knows all about the subject?
Don't flatter yourself by assuming I recognize every arbitrary word you humans create. Human arrogance can be so trying.
Mila, do you know what Riza Maxia is made of?
As if I wouldn't know? The power of spirits composes the entire natural world.
Right. The term spirit climb refers to the balance of spirit power. When that power is out of balance, nature can become polarized in one direction. That's why there are unusual spirit climbs, like the perpetual night of Fenmont.
I see. Thank you. Now I understand. You're very good at explaining things.
My pleasure.
Oh, I see how it is. I guess I'm just an arrogant human compared to little old innocent Jude.
I mean, to be fair, you sassed Mila, and Jude went out of his way to actually explain it in logical and scientific ways, in a way that Mila, with her very logical brain, could easily understand. Again, was Mila being a hair arrogant? Probably. again, like I said, I like me. I stand by what I say that Mila is not overtly arrogant and holier than thou in her spirit-ness, for lack of a better word. But I do. It's not complete. She's not completely above having moments where she's like, "Oh, I am still a spirit and the Lord of Spirits who views the world from a different lens than ye old humans." But at the same time, I feel that if she didn't do that occasionally, it might not be an entirely believable character arc, you know? And because, I mean, even in, what's it called? The very first Thor movie, where there were kind of instances where okay, it's not exactly the same thing, but it is still similar. He did still have some moments where he's like, oh, I'm my culture or whatever, you know? At the same time, what made that movie good is the fact that when he was called out for something that was normal in his culture but not normal here, rather than arguing, he said okay and adjusted.
No wonder you
Point is, I like the original Thor movie. It's good.
Swallow down! Shoot! Shoot! Now! Yeah! Burn! Demon Fist! Demon Fist! Demon Fist! Let's go! Roger! Take final jam! Flame Spear! Steel! Attack! Sonic Throw! Let's go! Roger! Aerial Fire! Flame Spear! Demon Fist! Air Blade! Let us move onward.
Yeah, again, I am not as familiar with Tales of Xillia as I am some other Tales games. But if there have been any, like, new thing, you know, like ease of life. Wait, I was supposed to go back and report.
Wow, that's an impressive amount of fruit.
I'm catching a whiff of cider. Well, they must have orchards here.
Well, we don't get many visitors here.
Do you live here, ma'am?
I would hope so. I'm the mayor.
What's up?
Is this the right road to Neokera?
Neokera? Now that's a name I haven't heard in ages.
What do you mean?
It's what people called a long-forgotten village. I don't even know if it still exists. I heard tales of the village as a child. People claimed it lies beyond the Kijara Seafall.
Where can we find it?
You'll need to cross some seriously rugged terrain to get there. It won't be an easy journey.
In that case, we should probably rest here before heading on.
Agreed.
I'm afraid our little village doesn't have an inn. Not much call for one, but I've an extra room in my house. You're welcome to use it if you like.
Thank you for your hospitality, ma'am.
Yeah, hold on. We need to back. I totally forgot to go report. Yeah, let's just book it. Yeah, all right. I am running at the fastest rate we can currently go. But if there are like some, because I don't 100% remember if the minimap had like these respawn point for the items. And if it didn't before, it is an ease of life thing that I do appreciate is here now. go. Do 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 do. Oh, right, that's the orange. That's the guy who needs the pornge. Now, another thing that I'm not the biggest fan of about just kind of the shift in the gameplay from Tales games, from, you know, the Symphonia, Vesperia, Abyss style of Tales game to this one is the simple fact that in the three older Tales games, if you were in the overworld, you could save wherever you want, but if you were in a dungeon or a town, you could only save at save stations. Well, because everywhere is now just a hallway, there's no, like, true overworld, you know? You can only save at save stations now, which, you know, is not the worst thing in the world, because there are infinitely more save stations dotted around the game, so it's fine. Like, you want to be clear, it's fine. It's not really going to ruin anything, but it is still something that I do think is worth acknowledging.
Check it out. Suddenly we're looking down on the world.
Yeah, we really have come a long way.
I'm on top of the world.
What are you looking at?
Nothing. Get lost.
Wrong answer, Squirt. Now we really want to know what you're looking at.
It's some sort of shiny object.
It's my shiny object. Finders keepers.
Looks like a puzzle. A difficult one at that.
How about this?
Whoa, what's happening?
This looks like our letters, but different. More like ancient writing.
Let's see here. Heed my words, for I am Ifrid, the
Oh,
intrepid
here we go.
explorer who
There's
has
the
crossed the
Ifrid.
world's edge without fear. Yada yada yada, more self-promotion. Ah, here we go. At last, I have reached Terra Incognita, but alas, I am unable to return home. I shall take my many treasures, seal them in arks, and scatter them about this land. It is my hope that they shall serve as beacons to those explorers who follow in my footsteps.
I'm impressed, Alvin.
But I still don't know what it means.
I've heard of this Ifrid. He's a legendary pirate. He raided cities all throughout Rize Maxia ages ago. He set off to find the end of the world and never returned. Or so the legend goes.
Nice of him to put his treasures in these boxes for us.
The pirate Ifrid's treasures? Oh, I want to find him too.
Maybe you should learn to read first, young man.
Yeah, good idea. You'll all wait for me, right? And keep this Ifrid treasure stuff between us.
So, why bother taking human form at all?
Spirits are really just masses of mana. They can't interact with the temporal world in that state. For a spirit to take physical form, it needs a catalyst of a corresponding element. As an example, the fire spirit of Freet can take form as a blazing inferno.
And as Maxwell, you can be any element, right?
The human body contains all 4 elements, so it's the perfect catalyst for me to take a physical form.
What would happen if you lost your catalyst?
I would gather elements to make a new one, but I'd have to wait for it to grow up.
Grow up? You mean you start as a baby?
It's time-consuming, but if you want to use a human form as a catalyst, you have to wait for the body to develop.
So even the Lord of Spirits isn't omnipotent?
Not in this human realm, anyway.
Let's just be grateful she didn't go with the male model, eh?
Wouldn't bother me.
Oh, you swing both ways?
That's not what I meant.
Well, but it could be, I'm just saying.
Apple fruits. No wonder it smells so good around here. Wow, look how juicy they are.
Is that so?
They look like they're at the peak of ripeness. Sweet with just a hint of tartness.
That sounds interesting.
Mila, you're drooling really bad.
For some reason, I can't make it stop.
Sounds like your body has awakened to the joys of eating.
Just keep those mitts off the merchandise. Our rap sheet's long enough as it is.
That's unfortunate. This place. That's right.
The porridge berries are ripe. You can make a nice liqueur out of these.
Yeah, sadly, this place, we come back here later in the game, and the scene that nearly broke the game for me takes place in this orchard, sadly. Again, it doesn't completely ruin the game, but we'll get there when we get there.
don't go looking up when a lady's climbing above you.
I'm not you, Al.
Whoa,
Ow, my
I
knees.
felt totally weightless.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that again.
Okay, so I can't actually really explore anywhere else. Alright, let us go sleep, stay at the mayor's house.
Morning. What are you up to?
Watching people.
Okay. Say, Mila, can I ask you something? What's a Spyrix? Why were you trying to destroy that device in Fenmont?
Spyrix technology is something humans were never meant to have. So, I must take it away from them.
Why?
That is none of your concern.
So you don't trust me?
That's not it. Look, if you saw a toddler playing with a knife, what would you do?
I'd probably snatch it away.
And what would be your reason?
Because it's dangerous. The baby doesn't know how to use a knife. He could cut himself, or worse.
There's your answer.
What? But we're not babies. If we understand what we're dealing with, and if we see the dangers, we can learn how to use it safely.
So you say. But to me, you're no different than infants.
Mila does kind of have a point.
I will do what I must to protect this world. If that means destroying the lens of Kresnik, so be it. It's my mission.
I see.
Don't worry, Jude. None of this will concern you once we reach Nia Kara.
I don't know. I was just walking along with him. I didn't say anything.
What's going on?
No.
Oh.
It would seem we can't linger around here anymore.
So they did follow us.
I don't know, kid. They found us awfully fast considering this isn't their home turf.
Well, it's not like we can ask them about it. Let's go before they find us.
There's an exit in the western part of town. That must be the way to the Kajara Sea Falls.
Yeah, that big guy is a... Let's just say he's an interesting character. I can't outright call him a likable character, but...
The soldiers beat us here.
Great. Now what?
We force our way through.
Right, and fast, before any more arrive.
So that's your plan? Just charge through? I thought I was hot-headed.
Excuse me.
What is it?
Hi, Elise.
What are you doing?
We're trying to figure out how to get past those soldiers.
Way to cut to the chase.
So, those people, they're in your way?
Oh boy.
What?
Hi, Tipo.
What in the world? How did you do that?
What's going on here?
child. You know you're never to leave the shed.
Well, that's not sus at all.
Curse you! How dare you come here?
Huh? Where's she going?
Which way did she go?
Toward the square.
What? No, she mustn't. You all must be outsiders. You should hurry and leave this place.
I have no idea what just happened, but I ain't complaining. Things just got easier for us.
Let's get out of here.
Okay. I'm curious. And I mean, it might not even let me go back. Might be like, oh yeah, it's disabled the... Okay. Still. Just wanted to be sure. Didn't want to miss a cutscene or a potential side quest. Oh, what's that purple mark?
You know that girl we saw in Hamil?
The one with the weird doll thing? What about her?
You didn't think that was odd?
You can't waste your energy on other people's business. All part of growing up, kid.
But she was controlling that doll and shady people were chasing her. That doesn't bother you?
Yeah, plenty of that going around. I mean, just look at ourselves. I think we have enough on our own plates. You really want more irregularities in life? Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, mind you. No one's got a bigger helping of weird than Mila, and she doesn't seem to mind.
Well, that's certainly true.
Demon Fireboard! Demon Go! Roger! Final dance! Take this! Demon Fairy! Not yet!
I didn't get any new... Sorry, just... Random like, wait, I didn't get any new arts recently, did I? No. Okay, so Aqua Sweep. I can use Aqua Sweep in a combo with Alvin.
Take this! Ready?
Got it.
Shimmer Flare Bomb! Farewell! Farewell!
No breaks?
Hit! Demon Fist! Hit! Burn!
And that's a wrap.
I won't...
Just keeps getting better.
Talon Storm. it's L1 to access these other shortcuts. Alright, Talon Storm, body move, seamlessly forward. Stream of attacks, keep... Oh, that might... I might want to replace Swallow Dance, but let's get in a fight. I want to test that out.
Keep your guard up.
Attack! Thrust! Strike! Now! That's one! Roger! Ruination Band!
Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap that. Okay, Swallow Dance with Talon Storm. Let's put Swallow Dance. in its place.
Who's next? Attack! All right! Onward! Attack! Now! Let's go! Roger! Ruination phase! Follow me! Take this! Now!
Hey, I'll break their guard.
Not yet!
Man, are we good or what?
Yeah.
Ouch, the cold shoulder.
This one is mine. Flame
Take arc fire! Hit! Demon fist! Shot! Ready?
Got it.
Show courage! All right!
Nice one.
Final dance! Demon fist! Hit! Let's go! Roger! Final dance! Hit! Attack!
Is fighting the only answer?
I'll get better at like just knocking these combos off left, right, and center, but not at the moment. Okay, what is this? Oh, I think that was one of Eifried's chests. Okay. Right, I'm pretty sure that Eifried's chest is basically how we get like a lot of the accessories that we can equip. It's just for the most part, I don't like the way the accessories look, so outside of like Jude's glasses, I almost never actually equipped them.
Take this! Let's go! Roger! Final dance! Tiger blade! Not yet! Now! Demon flag! Tiger blade!
Not bad.
Excellent.
Strike! Now! Let's go! Roger! Ruination blade! Attack! Focus! All right!
Nice job.
Swallow dance! Take this! Focus! Let's go! Roger! Aerial fire! Zero pressure! Take this! Hit! Let's go! Roger! Final dance!
Is fighting the only answer? I won't let...
Just keeps getting better.
You know, something else I just kind of thought of. There is a game that I got for my Switch called Ye/Ramosa of Donna. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does the structure that this game is going for a little better as well.
You have big hands.
Again, I want to be clear, I like this game, but the world is pretty damn samey, unfortunately. Because, like, outside of some of the towns, because, like, I absolutely remembered the starting town we were in, partially because A, it's the starting town, and B, the fact that it's always nighttime in and around that town is one of the most unique aesthetic and design choices in the series history, in my opinion.
Aerial fire! Let's go! Roger! Aerial fire! Who's next? You did it! Demon Fist! Let's go! Roger! Final dance! Over already?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they're not all accessories sometimes. Oh, I didn't actually finish reading that. Right. I got a new... Wait, what? Oh, I have like... Oh, okay. Okay, then actually... Okay, I'm actually gonna put Swallow Dance here. Let's put Palm Strike here. But shit, that means I can have 16 arts hotkeyed. That's awesome. I don't remember if that was a thing in the original, but that's always been kind of a problem I've had with a lot of Tales games, with the exception of, say, Symphonia, even though Symphonia does still have it, is that you as the main character always have way more arts learned than you actually... Okay, Palm. Like, you know more arts than you can actually equip, if you know what I mean. Which means... Yeah. And I mean, yeah, not being able to use all your skills at once, fine, whatever. I'd argue that's normal, but it does get annoying at times, because especially when you have, like, attack combos like this, not being able to have all the equipped ones that you want in order to get the most out of combat. So that's kind of nice. Okay, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Then again, it's getting pretty close to where I probably need to just end the stream anyway. Okay, I think I can wait. Let's move on just a little bit farther. And then we'll go from there.
Once we cross the Kijara Sea Falls, we'll reach Nia Kara, the village of the spirits. At least the soldiers didn't come after us.
I hope we didn't make trouble for those villagers. They were so kind to us, too.
What else could we do but run? Rashagal's troops showed up.
The villagers picked the fight, not us.
How can you talk like that? Maybe they were trying to protect us.
If you're worried about them, then maybe you should go back. It was a pleasure knowing you, Jude. Thank you for all of your help.
How can you be so cold?
You'd rather I get emotional? I'm afraid I don't have that luxury. What is it you humans say? I've no time for waxing sentiment.
Because of your mission?
Precisely.
So you think your emotions would prevent you from doing what you have to do?
Can a person still fulfill their duty if they become emotional?
Yes, technically you
Only
can.
one way to find out. You'd have to try and see.
Well then, you should take your own advice.
Huh?
Just be yourself, and do what you have to do. Maybe then you'll have your answer.
I suppose.
And don't go thinking you have to act like the great Lord Maxwell here. You're only human.
Hey, are you on a mission too?
Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Are you sure you really want to know?
Huh?
I don't want to make you feel like the odd one out now. So, what are you gonna do, kid? Go back to the village?
No.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call that there. We'll be playing this again more tomorrow. I have closed the current edgelord poll, and Chikorita did win. Guess I shouldn't be too surprised that the grass type won again for edgelord. I'll be streaming this again tomorrow, provided I don't sleep in. I don't know if we'll do another edgelord stream this weekend. I kind of hope we do, because we're getting close to the next bit of grinding, and we're in the last stretch of the game. Because we're in late November, we just need to get through December and January, and then we've basically beaten the game. And then next week we're doing the sponsored stream for Azure. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun revisiting this game, and I really can't wait to keep going. So I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then. Bye-bye.